Hello, Sandra. I heard about you. Why didn't you tell me about this amazing thing? Oh, Roberta, hello. You heard something about me? I wonder what you're talking about. Don't be shy. You don't have to hide it. The drama club of my grandchildren. I heard they won the first place at the district's drama competition, didn't they? The competition is called the Newcomers Debut Festival. Oh, yes, but it's not a big deal. It's a big competition, but it's a newcomers competition, and it's not a full-fledged launch pad for the theater industry. Those girls are also saying that there is still a long way to go, and they are preparing themselves for the next steps. I wish them all the best too. Oh dear, what a demanding mother. As a parent, it's only natural to praise your children for their great success. Raphael and Emma must want their mother to praise them too. Poor Shoujo-kun and Shannon-chan. I am a playwright myself, and my husband George is also a stage director, so I can't help but be strict. But I'm really looking forward to seeing the kids do their best. Yes, I'm really happy for you. So, aren't you going to do something to celebrate? George says we should celebrate at a popular Japanese restaurant in town that's been getting a lot of attention on TV lately. He said it's our kids' memorable first step toward their dream, so we should at least do that. I'm going there tonight with them. Wow, that's great. What time should we go then? What do you mean by that? Huh? Why are you asking me that question? It's a celebration for my grandchildren. Of course you'll invite me and my husband too, right? I'm sorry, but I don't think you and your husband can join us today. We only booked the seats for 4 people. That's okay. We can just ask the restaurant to change the number of people who'll be attending right over the phone. I'll make sure to bring some gifts to celebrate. I hate to say this, but I don't want you to come. What? Why not? We're your family. Are you saying that you want to exclude me and my husband? Wouldn't the grandchildren be happy if Grandma and Grandpa come to celebrate? Even my son George would be happy to invite us. I'm sure George doesn't want you to come either. Whenever we go to a fancy restaurant or cafe for our children's events, or for the occasional extravaganza, you found out about that from somewhere and just came over. You eat like a growing child, gobbling up 5 times as much as anyone else. You would say that you didn't bring any money or forgot your wallet at home. You force us to lend you money, but you never pay us back. Oh my God, how dare you? That makes it sound like it's our fault. It's natural for you to treat your parents at the restaurant. Even George must be happy to be able to show filial piety. There's a limit to how much filial piety you can show your parents. And it's not just about money. The other day, when we had a barbecue, you came over to our house. You just ate the food and left without cleaning up afterwards, didn't you? Don't tell me you don't know about that. I don't like the sound of you barging in on me. I just happened to be visiting my son and his wife at their house and found out that you had the barbecue, so I just decided to join. I'm sorry that I didn't help you cleaning up afterwards. I thought I'd get in trouble if I touched their stuff without permission, so I just left since I didn't want to disturb you. You just want to argue with me, don't you? Have you ever thought that people are usually careful when they eat at other people's house? How dare you eat more than half of the meat and vegetables that we prepared on that day? Oh, did I eat that much? I'm sorry, but me and my husband eat a lot most of the time. I have the advantage that I don't get fat no matter how much I eat, so I tend to eat a lot. I don't really care about that. Anyway, we are very annoyed by the gluttony of you and your husband. We will not invite both of you to dinner or tea in the future, so please don't think badly of us. What? That's terrible. Even I want to have a taste of that expensive Japanese food. If you want to eat there so badly, please go by yourself. Your father-in-law only receives a modest amount of salary every month. We can't afford to go to expensive restaurants unless we have a chance like this. So you want us to treat you to a fancy Japanese restaurant this time too? I'm speechless at your attitude. How rude! You're being so obnoxious again, aren't you? I just want to celebrate my grandchildren's success and have a nice dinner with my son and his family. When you come over, we don't have fun. This time, we want to celebrate with our family of 4, so please refrain from coming to the restaurant. Sandra, you haven't arrived yet? I'm tired of waiting. I'm going to go in and eat first, okay? Roberta? What are you talking about out of the blue? What do you mean? I'm talking about the fancy Japanese restaurant you mentioned last time. It's a celebration for my grandchildren's victory. Let me ask you something. Which restaurant are you in right now? Of course, the one you mentioned last time. I told you I'll be there to celebrate. I got here early, so I'll go in and eat first. I told you I want to celebrate with my family of 4, so please don't join us. Why are you ignoring me? You told me to refrain from coming. Unfortunately, the word refrain doesn't exist in my dictionary. That's why I'm here at the restaurant. Just kidding. I beg your pardon, is that supposed to be a joke? Well, I'll allow you to come, but you are going to pay for your own food, aren't you? Huh? Why should I pay? Since you are the host, you are supposed to buy drinks for the guests, aren't you? I brought gifts for my grandchildren, so that's enough, right? My husband decided not to work overtime and rushed home. We will be here to celebrate with all of you. Well then, we'll be waiting for you while we eat, so hurry up and come over. Sandra, aren't you very late? How long are you going to make us wait? I'm full and so is my husband. Thanks for the meal. What are you talking about? We arrived at the restaurant more than 30 minutes ago. Oh, really? I just can't see all of you. Oh, well, that's okay. Like I said before, we're full, so we'll go home first. I'm sorry I couldn't give the grandchildren their gifts today, but I'll bring them to your house next time. I've told you that you must pay for your own food. I don't have any money. You invited me, Sandra, so you should pay for it. My husband and I can't pay such an amount of money by ourselves. Give me a break. I didn't invite you and your husband. Don't falsify your memory. You guys usually eat a lot. How many servings did you eat? Let's see. I think about 10 servings. 10 servings? Are you kidding me? That's right. Expensive cuisine is delicious, but the portions are very small. I wasn't full at all and kept having second helpings. If you ate and drank as much as you wanted like that, it would cost at least $6,000. Are you sure you can handle it? I just got confirmation that it's $7,000. Oh my God! Unbelievable! Looks like we ate too much. $7,000, huh? How can you eat that much if you don't have any money? Besides, you just had a meal at the most expensive restaurant in town. I thought that with Haruna and your husband, we could make it work. Eating with other people's money tastes so much better. It's the best. Just kidding. I'm not kidding. What do you think you're doing? Relying so much on other people's money? Are you out of your mind? Don't worry about the details. I'll bring you some gifts later, so please give me $7,000. You know what? Will you please stop this? What the hell do you think we are? Do you think we're some sort of ATM? I don't think of you that way. We are family, aren't we? Don't try to fool us. There's no family that will charge hundreds of thousands of dollars for a meal. Such people are parasites. Just come and pay us as soon as possible. If you don't pay, I can't go home. Even if you don't want to, George, who loves his parents, will be happy to pay. Why don't you ask him to pay? Oh, I just remembered something. Which fancy restaurant are you and your husband visiting? Huh? What are you talking about? The one near that train station? Because that's the only one that's close to our hometown. You're the one who said we were going there in the first place. I'm very sorry to tell you this, but you're going to the wrong restaurant, Roberta. What? We're having our meal at the main restaurant, which is located in Florida. Huh? Florida? Yes, that's correct. This time, we are celebrating the children's victory. George and I splurged on a 3-day trip to a luxury resort in Florida. We decided to go to the main restaurant tonight and have a dinner party there. Stop joking! I didn't know about that! Well, that's because I didn't tell you about that. In the first place, I don't have the obligation to tell someone I didn't invite. I was so nervous that you might have followed me to Florida. Wait a minute! You're really in Florida? Are you saying that you won't come to the one near our hometown? I'm telling you the truth. I'm enjoying fine Japanese cuisine at the main restaurant here, so I have no plan to go back home at the moment. And even if we did, it would be too late due to the time and distance. Then what about our payment? That's terrible! You deceived me! What do you mean? You just misunderstood and went to the different restaurant on your own, didn't you? Then that means you were already in Florida when I called you in the morning. Why didn't you tell me? If it's a family trip, you should have taken me and my husband along. That's terrible. How dare you leave us out of the group? This is a celebration for the children, and I want to celebrate it with just 4 of us. People who want to eat a big meal and make others pay for them without a second thought are not family. What the? How can you say that? Unlike you and your family who are successful in the theater, my husband doesn't make much money. How can you be such a cold wife to make us pay for the meals we just ate? We're supposed to help each other out. That's what a family member is supposed to do. Helping each other? What kind of joke is that? I don't remember you helped us at all. What you're doing is just forcing your family to pay for your meals every single time. You and your husband are just parasites. What? That's very rude. Do you think you can just say anything you want to say just because you're a playwright? I'm just stating a fact. Anyway, we are in Florida now, so you need to pay for what you ate by yourself. Instead of talking about us, shouldn't you be thinking about how to handle the payment? What? I don't understand. Wait a minute. I only have $120 in my wallet and my husband has about $260. And I didn't even bring my credit card. My husband and I can only pay by debit card. Let me ask you, what is the balance? Around $200? Oh my, that's the most modest amount of money I've ever seen. We could have made it work in a regular restaurant, but you spent $7,000 there, right? No matter how you look at it, that's not even close to the exact amount you need to pay. That's right, so you need to give me $7,000 now. I'm sorry to keep repeating this, but we are in Florida now. No matter how hard we try, we can't go back to our hometown right now. Even if we could, we have no obligation to pay you for the food and drink you've taken the liberty of eating and drinking like idiots. What? I'm in trouble. If you don't pay us, we can't go back, and we'll end up running away without paying. It's not good for you guys to have your family members treated like criminals. Treated like criminals? You'll become criminals if you just run away without paying. Stop messing around with me. Let me talk to George. That boy will understand. He'll gladly pay for me and my husband. Actually, I just asked him about it, but he said he doesn't care about that. He said that your husband doesn't make much money, but he's the general manager at his company, right? It's not that he doesn't make enough money. It's that he spends too much on food, which puts a strain on your monthly budget. George also said that he has always been put off by his parents' gluttony. Also, you're saying that you aren't fat even if you eat a lot. But have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror? Why don't you and your husband take this opportunity to reevaluate the amount of food you've been eating all these times? This can't be happening! Good luck to both of you then. I'm enjoying my meal with my husband and children. Have a good day. Then, my mother and father-in-law, who were in a hurry, made a devilish phone call to my father-in-law's colleague. They asked him to bring them some money and made a payment of $7,000 in the form of a loan. Because of this, my father-in-law's position in the company deteriorated, and now he is working with a narrow view of his own shoulders. I felt refreshed and fully enjoyed my trip to Florida with my husband, son, and daughter. I returned home with great satisfaction and was able to further strengthen my family ties. Sandra, what are you doing now? The little ones will be home soon, so I was just cleaning up. I've been busy this morning. You know what? The other day, we decided to have a lively Chinese dinner with a few of our close family friends. My mom's friend invited us, and we had a nice Chinese dinner. My husband and the kids ate a lot of food and looked very satisfied. I've heard about that, Vivian. Oh, really? I didn't know that you had heard about it. We live in the same school district, so we have a lot of friends who share that information. I see. It's nice to be invited by friends, isn't it? From what I heard, your family wasn't invited. Huh? That can't be true. They told me that I can come if I want to, So we all went together as a family. I see. That's different from what I heard, so I thought you knew about it. Looks like I might have misunderstood. I think so. You know, you should have more friends. There's a lot to be gained from a good connection. Well, I think you are right. There are still a lot of events going on with the kids. I'd like to keep in touch with my friends too. I agree. By the way, Vivian, have you finished your work already? Yes. They sent me home early because the store wasn't busy today. I hate that store because I don't make more money by working there. We need more money since we have to spend on the kids. I wonder if I should change my job. Children cost a lot of money as they get older. Let's work hard for the sake of our family. Sandra, why didn't you tell me about that? Hello, Vivian. What do you mean? I heard you're having a barbecue at your place this Sunday. How did you find out? Because we live in the same school district, so I can get that information from my friends. I'd like to meet my brother too, and I wonder if my family can join too. What? This time, we're going to have a party with just my fellow school board members. May I ask you to refrain from attending? Why? Because it's a party for fellow board members. We're going to talk about upcoming school events. I thought it wouldn't be fun if you and your family members attend. Oh, it's okay. You don't have to worry about that. Huh? Our family members casually eat meat, so you can just assume we're not there and carry on with the party. Even if you say that, I don't think I can grant your wish. But you and I are family. Your husband is my brother. It's natural if we attend the party, right? Yes, but... Then it's settled. I'll visit you with my husband and our 3 kids. Please don't do that, Vivian. About the barbecue the other day, don't you think it's terrible that you sneaked out and went home first? Well, at that time, you and the board members were kind of excited to talk about the school events. Meanwhile, my husband and the kids said they were full, so I let them go home first. Sorry about that. After that, we had to settle the bill for the food and clean up. Everyone, including me, was surprised that you and your family ate all the food and ran away. I took care of your bill. So can you pay me later? What? You're collecting money from your sister-in-law and her husband? You should pay for us since we are family. No kidding. I mean, it's a big amount for a family of 5. I'm sorry to say this, but you forced me to let you attend the party. So I don't think I have to pay for it. Besides, everyone was upset that you ate all the food and didn't clean up afterwards. Really? You're mad at us for that? You people are so lame. Huh? I'm your sister-in-law, so can't you just let me do what I want? What a narrow-minded person. Well, we didn't invite you this time. But still, you can't ask me to pay for that. I'm your family. It's common knowledge among us that you pay for your own food. What a stingy woman you are. So please, pay for your own family's share next time. Okay, I understand. You're so stingy. I wonder why my brother got married to you. Well then, take care. Hey Sandra, I heard that your eldest daughter won the national championship in the piano competition. That's amazing. She's always practicing so hard. Congratulations. Thank you very much. But she's still in learning process, and that competition was not an international competition. It's just a small reward. I hope it will encourage her. Still, it's not every day that someone wins a national championship. Is the result of her hard work, isn't it? Well, yes. I hope she'll step up from now on. By the way, aren't you going to celebrate that with your family? Huh? Because your daughter won the national championship, right? Aren't you going to have a dinner party as a reward for her hard work? About that, we made reservation at a fancy sushi restaurant since it was her request. It's a fancy restaurant that got a lot of attention on social media. She has always wanted to go there, so I thought it would be a good opportunity to have a small family dinner. It's not the kind of place you can just go for a quick meal. Fine sushi? That's nice. I'm sure your daughter will be happy to hear that. Of course you'll invite us too, right? What? Because I want to continue to support my niece. I'd like you to invite me and my family to this celebration. No, this time it's really just a family dinner. We are not thinking of inviting anyone else. We haven't even informed our parents. It'll be nice and lively. Let's have a big celebration for everyone. Winning the national championship in piano is a great thing, isn't it? It's not that ostentatious. I'm sorry to tell you this, but I've already made reservations for my own family members. You can change the number of people with one phone call, can't you? Please don't be so pushy. It's fine, isn't it? If it weren't for this, my kids wouldn't have a chance to eat at the fancy sushi restaurant. You can't just decide whatever you want. It's a family event. I can't just go ahead with it on my own. Why are you always so rigid, Sandra? Of course it's more fun to have more people attending the celebration. Anyway, please change the number of people for your reservation. Me, my husband, and the kids are going to a fancy sushi restaurant. I'm counting on you. Don't decide on your own. Sandra, where are you? Isn't it time to start eating? If you and the others are late, can we eat first? Vivian, what do you think you're doing? I know the day you guys made the reservation for this restaurant. I've always wanted to come here. How did you know? The kids at school found out from your youngest daughter. What? She was so happy to be able to eat delicious sushi. She told us proudly. That's so sweet of her. Children can't hide their happiness. By the way, which fancy sushi restaurant are you eating at? Huh? You know which one, don't you? There's only one fancy sushi restaurant in our hometown, right? I also wanted to congratulate my niece on her victory. Since you guys will be here soon, we'll start eating first. What do you mean, eat first? I told you many times that this is a family dinner. Your husband is my brother. So we are a respectable family. I don't understand what you mean. What are you trying to do? We were about to have dinner together as a family, and you force your way to the restaurant? You have no consideration at all. We didn't even invite you to dinner, and now you're using the children to gather information. Don't make me repeat it. We are family too. What's wrong with wanting to celebrate my niece's victory? You're so rude. No way. Anyway, we ordered ahead of time. Hurry up and come. Hello, Sandra. You haven't arrived yet. It's been an hour past our reservation time. You're going to cause trouble for the restaurant. Are you out of your mind? Come quickly. What are you talking about, Vivian? We were full before the star of the show appeared. The sushi was great since the ingredients were so fresh. Some of the expensive stuff were so good that I could feel them melt in my mouth. Well, we arrived on time at the fancy sushi restaurant where we had a reservation. Huh? But you're nowhere to be seen. The restaurant is not that big, so you should have found us. What do you mean? I wonder. Well, I don't care if you and your family are here or not. We've had our stomachs filled. My husband and kids are very happy, so I'm satisfied.
I think we'll go home first because it would be a nuisance to stay in the restaurant forever, even though we're full. Geez. So, do you mind to pay on my behalf? My husband and I both had to rush out for work today, so we didn't have the money ready. I'll get the money ready tomorrow and deliver it to your house. Enough is enough, Vivian. I won't fall into the same trap ever again. What did you say? You keep saying that you'll pay me later. After all, you still haven't paid me for the barbecue, right? What? That wasn't much, right? You're really picky about money, aren't you? It's not about the amount. Besides, it's a celebration dinner for your eldest daughter, right? It's only natural that the parents of the child should pay for it. I don't understand. It's you and your family who came without permission, even though we didn't invite all of you. Please pay for your own food. Even if you say that, we can't afford to pay for such a fancy sushi restaurant with what we earn. If you can't afford it, why did you go there? We came here to celebrate my niece. She's exceptionally cute. I told you not to come, and yet it was you who came without permission. Because I really wanted to come. My husband and the kids want to eat sushi here too. I couldn't bring them here if it wasn't a good time. The cost of eating there is never less than $300. Oh, really? I didn't know that it's that expensive. The kids wanted more, so we ordered 8 servings and a bunch of drinks. 8 servings, huh? That's almost $2,400 for just the food. And I don't know how many drinks you ordered, but I'm sure it's a lot. That's the thing. I just checked, and they said the total was $3,000 because we ordered all-you-can-drink menu. I was fully satisfied. So this amount is not bad, isn't it? $3,000 for eating out. How could you eat that much when you hadn't even prepared the money? I would have been afraid to do that if I was in the same situation. Because you and the others are there, so I thought it would be fine. You can pay it for sure, right? Are you kidding me? Of course you'll pay for it, right? Or would you treat us because you're in the mood to celebrate? That's a possibility, isn't it? Thanks for the food. Please take care of the $3,000 bill. Hold on a sec. Please stop joking. Why should we pay for you? Because I'm your husband's sister. Isn't it natural to treat me and my family for a fancy dinner? What on earth are you thinking, Vivian? Stop messing around. Hurry up here and pay for us. We've already eaten and we can't leave. For your information, we've been in the restaurant we booked since a while ago. I told you I can't see you guys. You're at the local fancy sushi restaurant, right? Yes, that's right. I don't know anything about that restaurant. What are you talking about? It's the fancy sushi restaurant that's all over social media, right? I see. Maybe I just didn't see that post yet? Seriously? We're here at the fancy sushi restaurant in New York. What? New York? That's right. The kids are going on a long vacation starting today. So we're taking a trip to New York to celebrate. A trip? I thought I'd expose them to art to improve their aesthetic sense here. While we're in New York, we decided to go to a fancy sushi restaurant that's very popular in the social media here. What? A trip to New York? I didn't hear a single word about that. Do I have to tell you? Only my husband and I knew about this trip. Why didn't you tell us that? Because it's none of your business. We didn't invite anyone. It was just a small family celebration. I didn't have to tell you, did I? So, you won't come to this restaurant I'm eating at? That's right. I don't think I know where your fancy sushi restaurant is in the first place. I'm glad you told me about that. You tricked me, didn't you? Why did you do that? Please don't say that. I'll say it again and again. I never invited you and your family. In fact, I declined, didn't I? And yet it was you and your family who got the information from my daughter and came without permission. That's terrible! No one ever told me about the trip to New York. Why didn't you tell us? If I had known, I wouldn't have come here. I have no duty to inform you about our family trip to New York. I knew your true intentions. Huh? I'm going to take this opportunity to say this to you. You came to the dinner party, though you're not invited. I can't continue a family relationship with you and your family, who would come to a dinner party without being invited, eat a lot, and then leave without paying. What a thing to say! That's very rude. All my friends around me were saying that too. They told me that they can't be friends with you anymore. When you had Chinese lunch the other day, I heard that you left the restaurant right after you finished eating because you had something urgent to do. People who were with you there were roaring with criticism. What? You can't just go to someone else's dinner or lunch without being invited. And you can't just leave without paying the bill. I don't think anything's wrong with that. Huh? It's not a big deal, because both me and my husband work, but our income is too small to afford to eat out. It's not right to take money from a family like that, is it? No, it's normal to pay for what you eat. It's you who has your own crazy thought. My family is not as wealthy as yours, so don't you think you should help us a little? Please stop relying on us. Moreover, we don't want you to rely on my other friends too. Just because you make a little more money than my family, do you think you can rule this world? You're so cocky. I'm not talking about your family income. I'm talking in general. That being said, please pay your own bill at that fancy sushi restaurant. We are away from home anyway. What? You're kidding, right? There's no way I can pay for it. It's a total of $3,000. Where would I get that kind of money? I don't know. But it's true that you ate $3,000 worth of food, so you have to pay. I don't have the money. So you're going to pay for it, right? No one said anything about paying for your family's meals. Besides, we're in New York right now. It's impossible for us to come back home now. You'll have to take care of it yourself. What? I said it's impossible. If you don't pay, we can't go home. If that happens, I feel sorry for my husband and kids. Do something about it. I don't care. It's impossible for us to go to that restaurant. Besides, we're in the middle of a celebratory meal right now. Oh no! Can I talk to my brother? I need you to let me talk to him for a minute. My husband is also disgusted with your attitude. He doesn't want to talk to you too. He said you'll just have to deal with it yourselves. Wait a minute! Then what are we supposed to do? Why don't you and your husband discuss that? It's none of my business what you do with your payments. Well, I'll leave you to it. Sandra, wait a minute! What are we supposed to do? After that, Vivian, who was in trouble, contacted all her friends and asked for help, but no one was willing to help her. She had no choice but to explain the situation to the owner of the fancy sushi restaurant. But there was no way the owner could let her go, since she and her family have spent $3,000 for eating and drinking. She was reported to the police right after that. My parents-in-law paid for the food and drink, and the situation was somehow settled without incident. Vivian was scolded severely by my parents-in-law, and they are going to manage the family budget for the time being. My parents-in-law are sensible people, so it's only natural. I don't know how Vivian became like that after being raised by them. Anyway, We enjoyed our trip to New York as a family, uninterrupted by anyone. My husband and I spent a good time relaxing. Our children came home with a great sense of inspiration. I sincerely hope that our children will grow up well.
Michelle, I'm sorry to bother you, but can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah, sure. I wonder why you contacted me all of a sudden.
I'm sorry to tell you this, but
What's wrong?
I just don't fit in at my current job. I've been struggling with it for a long time, but I finally submitted my resignation.
Huh? Wait a minute. Resignation? We're going to have a baby in 3 months, you know?
I know.
In 2 months, I'm taking maternity leave, so my income will be reduced. I told you about that, didn't I?
Yeah, that's why I was worried.
We don't live together, so it's going to cost a lot of money for your mother who needs care.
I'm aware of that too, but it's not like I'm the only one sacrificing for it, right?
Sacrifice?
I'm so worried that if I keep working, I'm going to lose my mind. I could put up with it, but I knew if I let it take a toll on me mentally, it would bring a bad effect to our child.
I didn't know that you were so worried about that. Why didn't you tell me earlier?
I couldn't tell you because I knew it would cause trouble for you. Especially now that you're pregnant, I didn't want to stress you out.
I see. I'm sorry I didn't notice. I was too busy taking care of myself. I understand your circumstances.
What?
Our environment is going to change a lot from now on. Maybe we should take the plunge and change the environment starting from your workplace. In return, you need to look for another job seriously so that you can find it soon.
I'm glad you understand. I'm truly sorry.
We're a married couple, so we're supposed to help each other in times of need, right? Let's work hard together so that we can have a happy family in the future.
Got it.
Hey Damien, you're still at home today, right? Are you doing well with your job hunting?
Yeah, I'm getting by. I haven't been able to find a company that fits my criteria.
Geez, you have to be serious about finding a job.
I'm seriously trying.
I don't think there's any company that can meet 100% of your criteria. Besides, we're going to have a baby soon. You're going to be a father, so you'll have to put up with a few things.
I know that much.
If you understand, then you should do what you have to do. To me, it doesn't look like you're trying hard enough.
You're working as a caregiver, so for the time being, we're not going to be in need of money. That's why I don't want to rush into deciding on a job.
Huh? Don't be naive.
What?
I'm taking maternity leave soon, remember? And I won't be able to take care of your mother like I used to. That's going to cost us more than before.
Yeah.
Do you really understand our current situation? We need more money, so you will have to earn extra money. Besides, I don't think I can take care of your mother while raising a child. It's my first child, and I need to get used to childcare-related things. For that reason, I need you to get accustomed to your workplace as soon as possible.
I understand.
Of course, I'll have you help out fully when you're home too.
I know.
Anyway, you need to find a job as soon as possible. Damien, are you home?
Yes, I am. How was your checkup?
Well, I think I'm having contractions. I thought my back had been hurting since dawn. They say these back pains are labor pains.
Are you sure? Is it the time for labor?
The contractions are still weak, so I don't think it's going to happen right now. But they say I could stay at the hospital, so I might as well do that. I don't feel comfortable and I'm too anxious to go home.
Maybe that's a good idea. If you stay at the hospital, you'll feel safe and you can be prepared for the labor. I think it's better that way too.
You will be there for the birth, right? That will be reassuring. I'll text you when the contractions are a little stronger, so please be ready to come right away. What's with that reply?
It's nothing.
Damien, my contractions are getting stronger. They're now 15 minutes apart, so please come to the hospital right away. They said the baby will be born within a few hours from now.
Are you going into labor soon?
I don't know about that, but it can happen any time from now, so I need you to hurry.
Hold on a second. I've got some stuff to do. I'm in the middle of doing a task right now, so it might be tough to get to the hospital right away.
What task? I've asked the caregiver to take care of your mother.
I know, but I'm not sure I can accompany you during child labor, so you're going to have to do it on your own somehow. I'll do my best to take care of myself anyway. I'll be there as soon as the baby is born.
You've got to be kidding me. What are you talking about? I'm not confident at all. It's my first time and I'm full of anxiety, so just stay with me, please.
I can't. Besides, it won't do you any good. What's the point of standing by your side doing nothing?
I know, but I need you to stay close to me for the baby too. You need to support me.
I'm at my parents' house right now.
Your parents' house? Why? Your mom's got a caregiver, so don't worry about her.
It's not about Mom. I've got things to do myself.
What things to do? Your wife is in labor. Is that task more important than the birth of our child?
I need to do the task now.
Why now? You've been home all week, unemployed, so you had plenty of time to do it. But why are you starting to do it now?
Don't blame me. I just came up with the idea a while ago. I want to do it before the baby is born.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I'll hurry there as soon as I'm done, so just hang in there until then.
That's enough.
What?
I don't need you to be here. I'll call my mother and have her come over.
Okay. I think you will be more comfortable with your mother by your side. By all means, please do so. Sorry, I didn't catch your call.
What have you been up to already? The baby is born. I tried to call you, but I couldn't get through.
Yeah, I had a rough day yesterday, so I got tired and went to bed straight away.
Huh? What the hell were you doing?
I kicked my mother out while you were giving birth.
You kicked her out? What are you talking about? Where is she now? She needs care.
I don't know.
What do you mean by that?
They said the caregiver will take care of her at the shelter.
Seriously? Your mother is not a piece of luggage you can get rid of like that.
She can't move on her own, so she's equal to a piece of luggage. She will be a burden for you once the baby is born anyway.
How can you say things like that about your own mother? I've never felt like she's a burden to me. Why did you kick your mother out of the house?
What? I thought we were going to move in here.
Huh? For what? You never told me about that.
I just thought of it yesterday.
What the hell?
You shouldn't have done that.
What are you talking about?
Because you've been threatening me a lot.
When did I threaten you?
You told me to get a job as soon as possible because it costs money to take care of the baby and my mother.
Yes, it costs money, but we can have your mother moving in together with us to solve that matter. Kicking her out is a terrible thing to do.
And you also said you wanted me to take care of Mom.
Of course. She's your own mother. I have to work no matter what, okay?
That's why I kicked Mom out, because I don't like it.
Huh? I don't understand.
If I kick Mom out and live in this house, we don't have to pay rent, right? Our monthly expenses will be cut down considerably. If our expenses are reduced, you wouldn't have to force yourself to work anymore.
That's not the point.
Besides, if Mom's not here, I don't have to take care of her. I can't take care of Mom. If I get rid of her, you and I can devote ourselves to raising our child without any worries.
How selfish you are. She's your own mother, Damien. I've never seen such a cold son like you.
What's the matter with you? Don't speak so high and mighty. If you don't like it, why don't you get out too?
I beg your pardon?
I'm the one who thought of this solution. If you insist so much, why don't you go live with Mom? I can't rush to find a job or take care of Mom. I'm going to live my life in my own pace at this house.
What a person you are. You're just a scumbag.
You have a decent job, so you won't be in trouble. I don't have an income, so I'll be in trouble to get by. I just figured out a way to do it that doesn't cost me any money.
So why don't you just get a job as soon as you can? Kicking your mother out of the house isn't going to solve anything fundamental.
I don't want to rush to find a new job, so that's why I kicked Mom out. Why can't you understand that? I'm keeping the apartment we lived in. When you get out of the hospital, you can clean it up and cancel the lease. I'll stay at my family home rent-free.
I still don't understand what you're trying to tell me.
Hey, when are you getting out of the hospital? I haven't received any kind of notice from you yet. I can pick you up if you want me to. I went to all the trouble of getting rid of my mom. I kicked her out and made a life that doesn't cost a dime and involve nursing care. I'm sure you have no complaints, right? You will definitely be able to raise our child in comfort. Hey, reply to me.
What? I don't have anything to say to you anymore.
What do you mean? I go to the hospital and they won't let me see you or the baby. What the hell is going on? When will you be discharged from the hospital?
I'm already out of the hospital with the baby.
Huh? I don't understand. The nurse didn't even tell me when you were discharged.
I was the one who told her to keep that as a secret.
So you didn't even let me visit?
Yeah, I asked them not to let you in.
Why not? I'm your husband and the father of your child.
Father, stop joking. You didn't even accompany me when I went into labor. Also, you didn't take my call when the baby was born. You kicked your mother out of the house just because she needed care. How am I supposed to live with someone who doesn't even work? I can't live with you anymore. Our marriage is over.
Huh? Then where are you now?
I asked my parents to let me stay with them. My parents are truly appalled by your behavior. They don't want a useless son-in-law like you. You dared to kick out your own mother. It's only a matter of time until you kick me and our child out.
Why did you tell your parents about that? I kicked Mom out so I could live together with you guys without paying the rent.
I said that's not the right thing to do for a person who has a human heart. How can you kick out your own mother who needs care and live in peace?
She should just go into a facility or whatever.
If that's the case, did you follow the proper procedures?
Is that really necessary? Don't you have the caregiver to do that for you?
That's not what I'm talking about. Your selfishness. It's not free to put your mother in a facility in the first place. It takes a certain amount of money.
Is that so?
Yes, of course. You don't work, so you have no income. How can you put your mother in a care facility?
Don't talk so high and mighty. I just didn't know.
If you're going to do it, do your research beforehand. You were like that when you quit your job. You acted like a child, saying you didn't want to go to work and just quit right away. You knew I was about to have a baby.
I didn't decide to quit my job right away.
You always say things that suit you. And when the time came, you didn't even get a new job.
Because you were working, right? You're the one who's going to continue working after the baby is born. So there's no need for me to find work as soon as possible.
I'm saying that kind of insensitivity is impossible. You only think of yourself. I can't raise a child with someone who doesn't think about our future together.
Stop messing around and get back here as soon as possible.
Don't you get it even after all this?
Huh?
I want a divorce.
Are you kidding me? Stop it. You want a divorce, but you haven't even let me see our baby? That's too much, right?
How can you say that? You're even worse. You didn't even accompany me during the labor, and you didn't come to see me when the baby was born.
Because you didn't let me visit.
That was after a few days, wasn't it? That's all I am to you, and that's all our child is to you too. I can't even imagine living with you. Anyway, I'm divorcing you.
Don't be so selfish.
From now on, we'll discuss things through our lawyers.
What? Lawyer? Hey, explain to me. You're behind all of these, right? The builder's trying to evict me.
You have no choice then.
Why? This is my house. Why do I have to be evicted?
You seem to be misunderstanding everything.
What?
It's not your house. It's your mother's house.
But it's my house now because I evicted my mother.
I went to see your mother about that.
What?
Your mother didn't want to bother me and the baby, so she wanted me to put her into the care facility.
That's fine. If Mom doesn't come back, then it's totally my house.
When your mother was suddenly kicked out from the house, she quickly went to her bedside drawer and put the deed to the land in her bag.
Deed? What do you mean?
A deed is a document that proves you are the owner of a property. It's issued by the Legal Affairs Bureau to prevent people like you from transferring ownership without permission.
What the hell?
Your mother said she'll sell the house and use the money to pay for her care facility.
Sell the house?
So don't worry. She told me to get a divorce from you.
Huh? What kind of a mother is she?
You're the one who's being a terrible son. You kicked out your mother who needs care. What a thing to do.
I still don't get it. Does that mean the house is for sale?
That's what I'm saying.
I have to get out of here in a week?
If that's what they said, then you need to obey them.
Where am I supposed to go?
I don't know. Why don't you go where you want? You don't have any children to take care of. And you also don't have a mother to take care of, so you're free to do what you want.
Because I don't work, you know? How am I going to live without an income? Anyway, what did you do with my savings? Did you spend it?
Don't be ridiculous. That joint savings are for our child, but you spent it all while you weren't working. I know that.
Oh no.
There's no way I'm spending our savings for our child.
If I get kicked out of this house, I have nowhere to go. I can't even rent an apartment.
That's what you deserve. I told you to get a real job, remember? You're the one who didn't do it. And to top it off, you kicked your mother out of the house. Looks like heaven has given you the punishment.
Michelle, can't you do something about it? For example, maybe you could reduce the amount of child support. Why don't you work more and earn money for child support?
Huh? How spoiled are you? You really are a jerk. How can you say such a thing? The only thing I'll ask you to do is to fulfill your responsibility as the father of my child.
But how am I supposed to pay for it?
You should work. Morning, noon, and night. You don't even have a mother who'll help you anymore. You'll have to manage on your own. It's undeniably you who have done this to yourself.
It's too hard to bear. I can't work that hard.
Stop blabbering nonsense. You have to give up and look for a job right now.
I can't find a job right away.
Really? It's been more than 3 months since you quit your last job. If you really wanted to work, you'd have found a job by now.
For your information, I'm willing to work. But it's just I haven't found the job I'm really looking for.
That's because you're probably making up your own terms and conditions. Then there's no way you'll find a job.
Huh?
If you can't find a job, then you should get a part-time job or something. You'd better earn money anyway. If you don't, you'll never be able to save enough money for child support. Just make sure you pay for that. The future of our child depends on that.
Oh no. So you don't care about my future?
It's your own fault. You're an adult, so you should take care of yourself. Even your mother did that. Well, I don't think I'll be seeing you again. Please take care of yourself.
Michelle, please don't treat me like a stranger. Don't abandon me, please.
After that, Damien started to pay for child support while holding down a part-time job. But the transfers of the money gradually began to be delayed. Rumor has it that he quit his part-time job after complaining about this and that. Then, he found a new part-time job and quit again, and so on and so forth. His income is not enough to pay the child support. I am so glad that I divorced him when I found out how much of a scumbag he is. However, my relationship with my ex-mother-in-law continues to this day. I regularly take my children to visit her at the facility where she resides. I have been receiving money that she has been steadily accumulating for the sake of her grandchildren. She gave it to me as my child support. So I have not asked Damien for more money. I really wanted to beat the crap out of him, but I thought about my ex-mother-in-law's feelings, so I decided not to do that. I have moved back to my parents' house to spend my maternity leave, but I plan to return to work as a caregiver at the end of the day. I plan to do my best to balance work and childcare. Fred, I hope you won't get mad at me, but do you mind if I order takeout food for dinner tonight?
Oh, great. But why takeout?
Well, my stomach is really tight today. It was so tight that I called the hospital and asked them about it. They told me to rest and not move. And if it doesn't go away, I need to let them know. That's why I ended up with takeout meals. I'm sorry.
Oh no, not again.
What?
I shouldn't have told you that I want to have kids if you end up like this.
What do you mean?
Because you always use pregnancy as a reason. That you have to balance your diet, avoid crowds, and so on for the sake of the child. You don't want to go out because you don't want anything bad to happen. You're always slacking off on your housework too, aren't you?
That's a common thing for pregnant women. Isn't it the same in every family? It's not that I don't want to do my chores.
That's why.
What?
That's why I regret wanting to have a baby. Because I don't have any freedom at all. I'm sick and tired of having to live like this until the baby is born. I'm fed up already. I feel like I should go somewhere by myself and have fun wherever I want.
That's terrible. Did you really think that way? I thought you're happy for our child.
I wanted to think so, but
But you know what? I think you'll have a change in heart when you see the child's face. It's our child.
do you think so?
Yes, I do. People say most men don't really feel the excitement until the baby is born.
I hope so. Well, let's have takeout meals for dinner tonight. Let me at least pick something on the menu that I like.
I understand. Sorry for the inconvenience. Hey, I'm really sorry about this. I'm not feeling so well today. My stomach is killing me. I don't think I can make dinner. So, can we have takeout meals again? You can choose whatever you want to eat.
Okay, take out as usual. I wonder how long you'll be slacking off and doing your housework.
You don't have to talk like that. I don't like the way you said it.
You stopped doing anything because you got pregnant, didn't you?
That's...
The laundry's been piled up for days, not to forget the dishes too. I've seen you do it so many times, so I've done it myself.
Thanks for that. I do it in batches when I'm not feeling well, so...
See? You're so quick to blame it on pregnancy. I knew we shouldn't have kids.
Don't say that. I'm already in the last month of pregnancy. The child in my belly can hear you too, you know.
It's just the father's true feelings.
That's terrible.
I don't want dinner.
Why not?
I'm going out to eat with my coworkers who are free. I'm thinking of doing that from now on. It's more fun for me.
Geez, I'm about to give birth to the baby and I'm feeling anxious.
Because I don't have a choice. Even if I come home, you won't do anything for me. Of course I'd love to go home, but I'm tired too. I can't stand it if I have to help out with the housework all the time.
I'm sorry, I really am, but I'm not feeling well. It's almost time until I give birth, so can you just bear with me until then?
I told you I'm at my wit's end now and I'm just holding on. Fine, just leave me alone, I'll do as I please.
You can't just leave me alone. Don't do that to me, please.
Even if I go home, you're going to leave me alone anyway, so it's more fun to have a drink with my coworkers.
Oh, Fred.
Rosie, I'm going out for a drink again today.
Wait a minute. It's not good for your body or your wallet if you drink that much every day. Come home.
I don't want to hear your excuses anymore. You blame everything on your pregnancy.
I'm going to have the baby soon. I'm so anxious every day. That's why I need you to stay home after work. I don't know when the contractions will start.
If you ask me about my true opinion, I don't want to be a nervous wreck until after work.
Huh?
You keep saying your stomach is killing you. Also that you're sick, that you want to throw up. Not to mention that your feet are swollen. You're all talking about negative things at home. That's just gonna make me feel horrible too.
I'm sorry, but it's really hard to cope with the symptoms in the last month of pregnancy. I want you to understand that.
I got it. I'm going to go get a drink outside.
Why would you do that?
If it's hard for you, you might as well just lie back and relax on your own. You don't have to take care of me. You can rummage around without a care in the world. You're a pregnant woman in pain, and I'm giving you a piece of heaven. Be thankful to me.
It's not like that, Fred.
My coworker suddenly invited me out for a drink again today.
Not again. I want you to come home soon.
It seems my coworkers are looking out for me.
What?
There will be no dinner when I arrive home anyway. My coworker said that if my wife won't cook me dinner, They want me to join them eating out. So we're going out for drinks.
That's terrible. The people at the company don't know anything about pregnant women.
Don't say that. They're thinking about my welfare. They care about me more than you do.
I care about you too. It's our precious child, and you want the child to be born healthy. That's why no matter how hard I'm going through, I can do my best. I'm having a hard time too.
I see. Well, you can say whatever you want. So, can I invite my coworkers to our house now?
What do you mean?
You want me to go home, right? Then, you need to entertain my coworkers at our place.
Huh?
You're gonna have to cook, prepare the drinks, and entertain them.
I can't do it now. I haven't even gone shopping for groceries. I can't cook enough to entertain them.
See? That's why I said I'm going out for a drink. Why do you want me to come home? Don't be silly.
Please, listen to me, Fred. Hey, I want to ask you something.
Now?
Yeah, I thought the sooner the better.
What is it?
This picture, it's you, right? The woman who's with you is my elder sister, isn't she? Why are you and my sister together? Can you explain to me?
When was this picture taken?
I didn't take it. A friend of mine in the neighborhood took it, and she said that the person in the picture looked a lot like you. So she sent it to me. She said that you were smiling and kissing a lot, like you were lovers. Is it true?
Who's your friend? You've got terrible taste in making friends. Eavesdropping and taking pictures without permission.
Just tell me the truth, okay?
Well, as you can see...
Huh?
I don't find you attractive as a woman anymore.
Why did you say that?
I was having a drink and bumped into Sally. She listened to my story, and that's how we ended up. Sally is totally different from you.
What?
She's beautiful, stylish, has good taste, always sparkling.
You're right. She's beautiful and has always been popular, but...
And she cares about me more than anyone else, so I'm inclined to have feelings for her.
I can't believe you just said that.
She loves me with all her heart.
But I love you with all my heart too. That's why I'm going to give birth to your baby.
I married the wrong woman.
What do you mean?
Well, I think you know what I mean. I'm thinking of divorcing you, and I'm going to marry your elder sister.
What? Divorce? You're marrying my sister. We're going to have our baby soon, okay? You're going to be a father.
I told you, didn't I? I told you we shouldn't have kids. I don't care about the baby anymore.
Huh?
I don't like kids, but you insisted, so I tried to bear with you. Honestly speaking, I've had enough.
What are you talking about?
I couldn't tell you the truth since you're pregnant, and I didn't want to be rude. That's why I've been holding back for so long, but I've reached my limit. On the other hand, with Sally, there's nothing to hold back. She's an oasis in my heart.
This is too much to bear. I can't believe you've been sneaking around with her behind my back.
You too. You know, with a pregnant woman thing, you've been disrespecting me for 10 months. Isn't this a win-win situation?
What do you mean by that? I'm not playing any games. You are such a lousy scumbag husband. I didn't know you were that kind of person.
I was just too nice that I couldn't say no to you. You just got ahead of yourself.
Oh no.
I didn't expect the woman I'll get remarried to is your sister, though. I fell in love with her, so there's nothing I can do about it. Let's be happy for each other from now on.
Well, with this, We won't be able to have a happy family even if we have a baby. I understand.
I left the divorce papers on my bookshelf. You can submit them to the authorities whenever you like.
You've prepared that much?
Yeah, I've already moved the bare minimum of stuff out of the house, so I won't stay there anymore.
Is that why you took something like a travel bag with you every day?
That's right.
So you're not coming back to this house anymore?
Yes, indeed.
Why? Why are you doing this terrible thing to me?
Because I married the wrong woman, that's all. I'm waiting for your sister right now.
That person is not my sister.
I'll go on living together with her. Do your best in giving birth to a healthy baby.
Is that it? You're such a horrible person.
Long time no see. How are you? I have something I really need to talk to you about. Can we talk for a minute? You're reading my text, right? Say something, will you?
What do you want? How dare you contact me? I will never forgive you and my sister.
About that, I sincerely want to apologize to you. I treated you badly while you were pregnant. Having an affair with your own sister and divorcing you is out of the question. Also, I'm really sorry that I abandoned our child. I'm sorry.
After all this time, hearing those words doesn't resonate with me one bit. If you have nothing else, I'll end this conversation.
Wait a minute. Please, accept my apology. I'm sincerely sorry.
Your uncle told you, didn't he? He said he'd have you quit the company. But before that, he told you to apologize to me first.
Huh? How did you know?
Actually, I've been in contact with your uncle, the CEO of your company, for a long time.
What?
We went to the same general hospital I went to when I was pregnant. Then, we bumped into each other. We started talking as well as giving each other updates. I was going to tell you, but you were never home in time, so I couldn't.
I didn't know about that. I didn't realize you were so close to him.
I haven't seen him for a while after the baby was born. I ran into him the other day when I went for my baby's regular checkup. So I told him all about our divorce.
No way.
He knew we were divorced, but I guess he didn't know why. So I told him you had an affair with my sister and left me. Your uncle was furious. He didn't dare to ask me about the reason because he thought it's a private matter. But once he found out the truth, he was so upset and said that you're such a scumbag.
He said that? The other day he told me something like I should leave the company.
You will lose everything.
Huh?
Your uncle was going to bring you up as a future board member because you're his family. But he said that he's completely disappointed after hearing about what you've done to me. He said you're no longer wanted in his company.
That's not good. Could you tell my uncle that he misunderstood me?
Misunderstood what?
You're close to each other, right? Tell him that I'm a good worker and that he should take good care of me from now on. I'll be his right-hand man, and I'm sure about that. He'll regret it if he let me leave the company.
Huh? Don't make me laugh. You're kidding, right? I can't talk about such a nonsense to your uncle. You really are a scumbag. Why should I do that for you, who abandoned me and my child in the last month of pregnancy? I'm not stupid.
Don't say that. I really regret for what happened to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'll apologize as much as you want.
I don't care if you're sorry now.
I don't want to leave the company, please. I'm really sorry for everything I've done.
You say that so often. I cut off ties with my sister because of you. I'm a single mother, and my child doesn't even know the father's face. Do you think an apology is enough to make me forgive you? Don't be ridiculous.
Oh no. If I'm forced to quit my job, I can't support Sally.
You're right. My sister is always a showy, spendthrift person. She would spend money for herself without a second thought. That part of her still hasn't changed.
I see. Sally likes luxury brand goods. She's been using the credit card for endless shopping. She has a mountain of bills to pay. I can't imagine losing my job at a time like this.
But she's the woman you chose, isn't she?
Huh?
You changed your mind because my sister is beautiful and stunning. Unlike me, she's more attractive, right?
That's...
You told me that clearly. That you were attracted to my sister because she is beautiful, stylish, has good taste, and is always sparkling.
That's for sure. But I didn't expect her to spend money so wildly. No matter how much money I make, she spends it like it's going out of fashion. So I can't afford to lose my job now.
Well, why don't you tell your uncle about that?
What?
That your wife has a habit of spending money, and you're having a hard time paying the bills. You can't afford to lose your job, so you don't want him to fire you. Maybe he'll give you some consideration.
Are you kidding me? There's no way I can say that. He's already giving me the cold shoulder.
That's what you deserve, right? You abandoned me in my last month of pregnancy. You didn't even know the face of the baby I was carrying. You were just enjoying yourself with my sister. You should take responsibility for what you did. It's not right to ask me for help.
You're getting along well with my uncle, aren't you? I don't think he'll listen to anything I have to say right now. That's why I want you to convince him.
I won't do that, because I have no intention of helping you. And more to the point, I don't want to help my sister either.
Don't be so cold and help us, please.
You're so persistent. Where do you think I am right now?
Huh? Not at home?
No, I'm not. I'm at the hospital for my child's vaccination. And I bumped into your uncle again today. He's with me right now.
What?
He's been watching this whole conversation from my side.
No kidding. Fred, what a despicable guy you are. My heart is reeling to think that someone like you is in my company. As of today, I'm firing you. Please, let me explain, sir. My private life has nothing to do with my work. I'm going to keep working hard, so please don't fire me. I don't want to hear your lame excuse anymore. You left Rosie and her cute child. You cheated with her sister and remarried. I will never forgive you. You're not to be involved in my company anymore. That's all. Sir, please wait. I don't bring my private life into work, so...
That's what your uncle wanted to tell you. I'm sorry that it's what you got, even though you've gone through all the trouble to get in touch with me after 6 months. I'll block your number after this. Don't ever appear in front of me and my child again.
Rosie, please help me. We were a married couple.
It's in the past. I want nothing to do with you. Well, goodbye. After that, my ex-husband was fired from his job because of his uncle's anger. His uncle is an old-fashioned stubborn man, but he has a very strong sense of justice. Because of his character, he could not forgive what my ex-husband did. My ex-husband, who was fired from his job, is desperately looking for a job. He was turned down by all of his competitors because of his uncle's influence. Now, he is still looking for a job and working part-time at night to make ends meet. I don't know how much longer he can live like that. My sister has been isolated from her parents and relatives due to my divorce. She receives no support from my relatives. Even so, my sister is living as she pleases. I am speechless with her attitude. I wonder if she will ever change. Anyway, I am glad that I got rid of those people. I am doing my best to raise my children with the help of my parents. I'm planning to start working in a few months. To my surprise, my ex-husband's uncle has offered me a job as an office clerk. He will continue to be a good advisor to me as the CEO of my office.
Jessica, could you pick me up at the station? Jessica, hurry up and reply.
I'm sorry, Lucy. I can't pick you up because I can't move right now.
Huh? You're at home, aren't you?
Yes, I'm at home, but I have an important meeting.
What meeting? It's just for fun or something, isn't it? I don't care about that. Just pick me up at the station.
No, it's important because it's about work. It's a final meeting for my work starting next week, so I can't miss it.
Work? You don't have a job?
Lucy, I have repeatedly told you that I do have a job.
Stop lying. You're just doing your nerd activities with John's good income.
Well, I guess I am a nerd. Anyway, I can't pick you up right now. Please come home by yourself.
You know what will happen if you do that? If you can't do what I say, I'll have you leave my house. You talk back to me too much, even though you're my daughter-in-law. In some cases, I'll even consider divorcing you.
Lucy, the meeting is about to start. This conversation is over.
Hey, Jessica!
John, I just arrived safely.
Oh, I see. Thank goodness.
We're going to have a short meeting now, and then it's time to start shooting. I'm getting excited because it's a very good location and a very good situation.
That's great. You should go there with a lot of excitement.
Of course. I think I really like the camera. I enjoy not only the camera itself, but also meeting people, looking at scenery, and many things through the camera.
Yes, I get it. It's a long story when you start talking. I don't want to be late for the meeting, so I'll listen to your story when I get home.
Oh, I'm so sorry. But that's my John. You know me so well.
I'm your husband, so of course I know you well.
I'm kind of embarrassed when you say it like that. That being said, I wonder if your mother is okay.
My mother? What do you mean?
I've explained to her about this shooting, but I feel like she doesn't understand.
Oh my, she never listens. It happens all the time. I'll take care of it. Don't worry about that, Jessica. Go work as hard as you can.
Thanks, John. Well then, I'm going to the meeting.
Take care. Hey, Jessica. Where are you? You're such a useless wife, not being here when I need you. That's why you are a useless wife.
Lucy, what is it?
Where are you already? I have an appointment with a friend now, so I need you to drive me there. What? You're so clumsy.
I thought I told you, Lucy.
Tell me what?
I'm abroad, but I'm only here for 24 hours and I'll be back soon.
What? Abroad? What are you doing? Traveling without me and John? That's quite the status, huh?
No, I'm not traveling.
Then why are you abroad?
Work?
Work? You're not working. What kind of nonsense are you talking about?
I've been telling you. I work as a freelance photographer. I work on my computer at home after shooting, so I'm home most of the time, but I'm not playing around.
That's your hobby, right?
What?
You only make John work for your extravagant hobby, relying on John's income and having fun by yourself?
It's not a hobby, it's a job.
How much are you spending for a camera that looks like a toy? I know you buy all sorts of options.
I buy what I need for my work, not what I can't afford.
You even went abroad? What do you think you're doing with the money John earned?
Excuse me? I didn't pay a single penny for this abroad photo shooting because it was paid for by the client.
How dare you tell such a blatant lie? I'm telling John.
What? John knows about it, so it's totally fine.
John is too kind to tell you the truth, not to play around with his money. You can't just trample on his kindness by going abroad. It's unforgivable. You disrespected John. You are a useless bum wife.
Useless bum wife is such a harsh word. Lucy, I take my job seriously. I don't depend only on John's income.
You are really brazen. Why did John get a wife like you? I feel sorry for him. And you used to be so timid and quiet just a little while ago. Now you're all cocky. Oh my goodness.
I don't mean to be cocky, but is that how you hear me?
You're always nagging at me. If you disobey me, I'll have you divorced.
Divorce? John and I have no intention of divorcing.
What? Then you should listen to me more honestly.
Lucy, you entered my room while I was away, didn't you?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
You went into my workroom without telling me, didn't you? Please give me back my camera. It's my work tool. It contains the data from a recent trip abroad.
What data? You went abroad without John and me. You don't even have a job. You're so cocky. You're not even doing your job. You're just being cheeky.
What do you mean by cheeky? I'm doing my job.
You think you're a photographer? You've got it all wrong, don't you?
I'm telling you, I'm a photographer.
Are you still saying that? You haven't learned your lesson at all. I can't give you back your camera.
I need my camera. I can't work without it.
That's not why I took it.
What?
You disrespect me and John by faking it as work, don't you? Meetings, filming, that's a problem.
Lucy, I really need my camera because the deadline of the submission is getting close. Please give me back my camera.
If you have time to play with the camera, learn some housework. I'll have you do some hard work. If you disobey me, I'll have you divorce John.
Lucy, I really need my camera back. John, can we talk?
Jessica, what's wrong?
When I came back home, your mother stole my camera.
What?
I haven't copied all the data from the other day, so I can't do my job.
My mother has the camera?
She said she took it herself, so I'm pretty sure.
Then we can't go ahead with editing the brochure, can we?
No, we can't. I'm in trouble.
Can you make it in time?
I don't know until I try. In the meantime, we need to get the camera back.
I know. Mom's always doing something crazy. It really gets me. And I can't forgive her for making trouble for your business. She's always being hard on you. You went through the trouble of letting her move in with us because you understood how lonely my mom was. I feel so bad for you. I'm really sorry.
Don't apologize to me, John. It's not your fault. Thank you.
About what?
I'm glad that you care about me. Thank you for taking care of me.
Of course I take care of you. We're a couple. We have to help each other from now on like we have been doing.
I know.
I've had enough of her. You can leave, Jessica. I'll take care of the camera.
What? What do you mean?
Shall we meet at a hotel?
What?
I'll go there with the camera. You don't have to put up with a wife-threatening mother-in-law in the house. It'll affect your work too.
But leaving home? Are you sure you want me to do that? She's your mother, you know.
I think it's the worst kind of mother to be hard on you. So I'd like to leave my mother's home too. Can you leave right now?
Maybe it's difficult since she's in the living room.
I see. Okay, I'll call her and ask her to do some shopping.
She's going to tell me to do that shopping.
If you tell her that I want you to buy something for her without her knowing, she'll be happy to let you go. In the meantime, Jessica, you're going to leave the house.
But I'm scared.
Don't worry, trust me. Anyway, call me when you get to the station. I'll tell you where to go from there, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Jessica? Jessica, where are you? You didn't even prepare the meal. If you abandon a wife's work and went out, I'll have you divorced.
What? I'm already divorced.
Huh?
Lucy, haven't you heard anything?
What?
I discussed it with John. Because you strongly desire a divorce, we decided that we should get divorced. I also filed the divorce papers this evening.
Oh, really? What? Really? I didn't know anything about that. I feel so refreshed. So, you're divorced.
I was so useless and I caused you a lot of trouble. I'm so sorry.
You're right. You finally understand, don't you? John finally understood that I was right. It was worth it.
It was an emergency meeting. We only took out what we could carry for now. I'll come back later to pick up the other stuff.
Oh, is that so? Then do it when I'm not here. I don't want to see you anymore. I'll send you a message on WhatsApp about the schedule.
Okay. Well then, Lucy, we may never see each other again, but please take care.
John, good morning. Did you go out for a walk? Are you nervous? Of course you are. You're going on a blind date with the right woman. Mom, I don't do blind dates. What? What do you mean? What is wrong all of a sudden? The woman's family will be here as planned. I can't go on an arranged marriage. Why not? Because I got remarried. What? Remarried? Did you have a woman you wanted to marry? If that's the case, why didn't you tell me earlier? Well, if you have someone you want to marry, that's fine. I'll say no to the other woman myself. And what kind of woman is she? The one I love most in the whole world. I thought I'd regret for the rest of my life not marrying her. Oh, you have someone you care about that much? Why did you hide it from me until now? I'm happy as long as you're happy. But, Mom, you're going to bully her again, aren't you? Bully her? What do you mean? You think I don't know anything? About what? You used to bully Jessica a lot when I wasn't around, didn't you? You're gonna do the same thing the next time I get married, aren't you? Stop saying weird things. Something's not right today, John. I'm getting so fed up with your insanity. John, what are you talking about? I would never be a wife beater. What's wrong? All of a sudden, I don't want you to interfere with my marriage life. I want to live happily ever after. Of course. I'm trying so hard to make you happy. So what's the matter? I remarried Jessica. Huh? You divorced Jessica. You always said terrible things to Jessica, didn't you? That's not true. Liar. You told Jessica she's a useless bum wife, didn't you? I know all about it. How did you? But she's the kind of person who goes abroad with the money you worked so hard for. She was always playing around at home, right? She's nothing more than a bum. I told you, Jessica is a photographer. She travels with a camera as a hobby, right? It's not a hobby. She is a professional photographer. The other day, she went abroad for a photo shoot for a wedding venue's brochure.
A wedding venue brochure?
A bride in wedding dress and a groom in tuxedo, in the best possible situation.
What? You can do that as a hobby?
I told you, it's her job. Jessica is a popular photographer, so she earns more than my salary per shoot.
Really? More than you?
There's even an idol who fell in love with Jessica's skills. She's scheduled to be photographed next.
Oh, really?
I'm working as an intermediary for that. I met Jessica on a photo shoot. She's a woman of great values, and I fell in love with her at first sight. That's why we got married.
I didn't know that.
Mom, how many times have I told you? It was you who didn't listen. Jessica makes more money than I do. How dare you call her a bum?
I'd be so proud of her too if she were such a successful photographer. I can brag about it to my neighbors and friends.
How could you brag about her, Mom? I divorced Jessica.
But you got remarried, right? Then we can be in the same relationship again.
It's too late.
Why?
Because I got permission from Jessica's parents to use her last name from now on.
What? John? Why did you do that? You are my only son.
I did it to get rid of you.
What? Why?
You can think about the reason yourself, Mom. I don't want to do anything to hurt Jessica any more than I already have. Bye.
John, wait. Jessica, please pick up the phone. What are you doing here so early in the morning? What am I doing here? I need to talk to you. Where are you now? I don't have to tell you that, do I? Why not? I'm a stranger to you now. I don't have to tell you where I am. You're as cocky as ever. What the hell is this? Isn't it too cowardly of you to let John take your last name? I didn't suggest it. John himself asked me to do that. I can't live without him either, so I let him do so. Huh? My parents have also given me permission. John is my only son. I will be all alone. Why are you doing this to me? John said he didn't like his selfish mother since he was little. Huh? But after his father passed away, he said it was a mistake to think you would be lonely. It was a mistake. When John found out how you were snubbing me as a wife, he began to think about breaking off the relationship with you. That's a lie. There's no way John would break off the relationship with me. I'm sure John was very worried about it. To break off the relationship himself with his own mother is a big deal, isn't it? But he chose to do it. Please think about his feelings. I don't know. I don't want to understand. John is my son no matter how old he gets. Breaking off the relationship is impossible. All this happened because of you. Jessica, tell me where he is right now. I can't do that because you will barge in. John insisted me never to tell you. No, I don't believe you. I can't believe John took your last name. Give me back my son. John is a grown man now. He's a nice man, kind and calm. You should be happy to send him off on his own. You think it's someone else's problem? You want me to send him off to you? There's no way I can do that. Don't be ridiculous. You're not going to understand anything I say to you. I'm sorry. Jessica? I am no longer related to you, and we will never meet again. I will also block your account once and for all. Wait a minute, Jessica. You have to help me. You're leaving me all alone? You're the one who did that.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, forgive me. Come back home with John.
It's too late for everything. Well then, goodbye. After that, Lucy, who didn't know where we were, stormed into John's workplace. But she was stopped at the entrance by a guard who knew what was going on. She was kicked out without seeing John. When she found out that John was the one who had kicked her out, she was shocked. Her shoulders slumped, and she left as if it was like the end of the world. I think she is now spending her days alone in that house. After we left home, we stayed at my parents' house for a while. Now we have a new house nearby where we live together as a couple. From now on, I would like to build a happy family where no one disturbs us and we can laugh every single day.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!